What's the word, everybody? We're here for the GSP podcast, first interview back, and we're doing it with Kay. How are you feeling tonight?
How am I feeling?
Yeah, how you feeling? Type shit. Pulls the tea out. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Tea with the lemon. Fuck is you, y'all could never.
trying to.
Tea
Yeah,
with the
I do
lemon.
not feel good, girl. I do not feel good. So,
Tea
but
with
anyway,
the lemon. Hold on, cause you know what she bringing. Hold on, no. But so where were you born?
here in Mass.
Okay. And have you been here your whole life?
Yes.
Alright. What is so like we were asking before, what was your what's your history here? Like you know how we were all alive for like 9/11 and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I was here for a lot of like the historical ass events, pretty much. Like, and the new one that we can add is this freaking snowstorm that just happened.
That is very historic.
Yeah, no, my whole life that's all I ever heard about was from all the old people. Oh, the storm from 1978. Well, now y'all can shut the fuck up. Cuz now it's 2026.
So did you go to school like out here? Like did you go to school moving around?
Nah, I went to school out here. I went to all private schools cuz my family, thought I was going to be trouble. And I mean, I did have a kid at 19, so but at least I graduated high school first.
So what is what's one good memory that you could remember like about school, like growing up? Like it could have been a day, it could a celebrity visited the school,
I mean, school-wise?
Yeah.
I went to private Catholic school.
Yikes.
But you know what I think the funniest moment that actually ever happened this is actually really funny. So in school too, obviously we had to take religion classes, right? So there was a class called morality. And it was a dude that was teaching it. It was like he was probably like in his like 30s, 40s type shit at the time. He had a wife and kids, right? And he was teaching religious morality, how to, the morals to guide your Christian life, whatever, right? Ended up having a baby with a guidance counselor that wasn't his wife. And
what the fuck?
In the Catholic Church's lovely, justice system, you know what his punishment was? He wasn't allowed to teach morality anymore. He had to teach a different religion class.
But why was it like a cover-up? Because usually they would fire teachers for any type of, frivolous activities, But
Listen,
did he know
again,
people?
this is why I say this is the,
like
not to get too, like, deep into this bullshit, but that's what happens, especially, like, if a priest diddles, somebody, then the priest just gets moved around. He doesn't, like, he's not allowed to, he doesn't get barred from priesthood. He just keeps moving around to different churches.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so that was the funniest thing I thought happened.
What was a day that you're not gonna forget about school that kind of changed you? Like seeing your first fight, being a part of it, just an experience that you still think about today that just really wasn't the best dealing with school.
In art class, we used to make like bubblers, like pipes that had like chambers.
Oh wow!
And then after school, we would go behind the church in the woods and smoke.
Wait, how would y'all make?
It was like we had these two canisters, right? And they were technically like when you go to the doctor and they like collect your pee, like those little containers. It was like two of them. Jesus Christ, my dog's having a fit. Took two of those and freaking like some like.
Why did I think you guys were like glass blowing in the back of the class or something?
No, we were just taking like I used to make all the time highlighter pipes with a 10-inch screw bit, like the little 10 ones. You just melt a hole and put the piece in it, and it's take all the middle shit out, and it's a pipe.
Okay.
We used to be freaking like, I don't know about you, but around here we used to get real crafty with it because we couldn't buy pipes or papers or blunts like that. So
I mean, yeah, I remember
smoking
like
out of soda cans type shit.
apples and shit like that.
Oh, I remember fruits to see how many fruits you can smoke out of. Well, she looked at me weird. You've never smoked out of a fruit before?
You never smoked out of Bible paper?
Bro, I've done that. That's why I'm going to hell. I've smoked with Bible paper. I'm definitely going to hell.
Bible paper.
But you
I've
need
used
to.
the
All right,
blank
listen.
sheets,
Then
though.
you need that experience. I'm telling you, you need that experience. Hollow out an apple and use it as a pipe.
A pineapple, anything, just fucking anything.
Apple's the best.
Look, if you can catch a chameleon or an alligator down the street, just poke 2 holes in it. You'll smoke out of one of them. I promise you. I think it already has 2 holes. Just stuff one of them with weed.
You're just out of pocket all the time.
Do you have any questions for Kay? Oh damn, you chewing? Never mind. Hold on.
See, she don't talk with her mouth full.
That's what type shit.
Unlike you.
I shit. Yeah, shit. A lot I do. Nah, no Diddy. That's crazy. My mouth full. But so yeah, do you have any questions? Cause I'm about to start getting into some questions.
Oh, good lord.
You said you've only been in Massachusetts ever your entire life.
Well, lived in Massachusetts. I've been to a lot of different other states, but I've only lived in Massachusetts.
Type shit.
So if you could pick any other state to live in, what state would it be? That you've been to, at least.
I would really love to live in New Hampshire.
Is it because of like?
It's beautiful up there. It's the mountains. It's gorgeous. Like, I'm actually going to New Hampshire in July with my family. We go camping up there, and it's always my favorite time too because like we go kayaking. You literally like go chill in the because the water runs down. There's a river called the Saco River, and it's melt from the top of the mountain, and it's so freaking beautiful. There's some rock layers that come up, right, that block the heavy flow, and it's just like pools that everybody chills at.
Oh damn.
It's so fucking awesome. And, last time we went there too, it was funny. I took mad edibles and went kayaking, and that shit was so much fun.
I've always been scared to like do adventurous stuff while high. Cause like.
Well, I love kayaking, but that's also probably another reason why I have bad shoulder problems, because I love kayaking. So.
Have you ever ridden a roller coaster?
Girl, I've ridden so many I can't even count. I love roller coasters.
Hey, yo, we're not on that part of the. Nah, come on, we're not there yet. Oh, y'all.
Sorry.
Y'all meant. Oh, okay. I thought she meant. But so. What did you want to be when you grew up?
When I was young, I wanted to be an animator. I went to college originally for graphic design, and my dream was to work for Pixar, and I actually got accepted to a Disney program when I was in college, but I also at the same time found out I was pregnant, so had to make a choice, and yeah, you could tell what I made. So yeah, so I could have worked for Disney and went to school up there, but hey, everything happens for a reason.
So, was that the only thing? Because even like with the interview with your son, like eventually during the years things switched, like.
Well, I mean, as far as obviously my goals had to change. Yeah. Now I work with the foster kids, so I want to go for psychology, like early childhood psychology, or someone actually gave me a really good suggestion to go for the psychology of art. I didn't know that was a thing, but I can go into art therapy. So as long as I don't have to get an MD, I'll do it, because I do not want an MD. That's like another 11 years of school. I'm good. Like, yeah, for a medical degree.
But I got a question. Yeah. What does a psychology of art consist of? Like,
That's what I'm just starting to learn, because someone just recently told me about that, so I'm discussing it with my advisor or whatever at my school. But as what I can tell from what I've gotten is that a lot of them do art therapy for kids that have either intellectual disabilities or foster kids with behavioral problems. Excuse me. So, and I mean, it also can be something that extended to anybody, even elderly. Like, there's a lot of elderly, a lot of retirement homes that like people come and they do like paint sessions with the elderly and stuff like that.
That do be
It's therapy.
helping,
Yeah, it's art therapy. So
Yeah,
it's what I would love to do.
I've been in the hospital before and they did
That sounds really dope though.
That's, I mean, it definitely connects both of my things that I wanted to do. All right, you're staying out. Get out of here, dog.
What is Cause I know what you wanted to be. What did your family envision you doing?
Oh. My mom wanted me to either be a nurse or a teacher because my mom was a nurse and her sister was a teacher. So she wanted me to either be a nurse or a teacher.
Aren't you?
Hmm?
Aren't you technically damn near both? In a sense.
I mean, no. I mean, I'm not a nurse at all at work. I'm just, I don't have a CNA or anything like that. I'm a surgical tech. I just work with the doctors and the nurses. I do all the, shit that they don't get paid to do. All the little shit.
Does that get stressful?
No, I love it. It's the easiest job I've ever had in my life.
Are you there while they're performing?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I see the insides of people all the time.
Ah.
I do.
Oh my god.
On that note, I'll be here. Just give me a moment.
So, not explaining anything on details, but has there been anything that's gone wrong that has scarred you per se? Like, damn, like I seen some shit like that. You know.
I mean,
We don't gotta get into detail, but it's like,
nah, I know.
have you seen some shit like that's?
I
like,
mean,
damn.
yeah, not as much as like someone in a hospital would have though, because I work at an outpatient surgery, so we just do like 10, 15-minute procedures, like. But there has been some things that have been.
What does that look like though? Like a quick procedure? Like, is that just for like?
They knock you out for like, it's usually like a 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes if it's an issue, 30-minute procedure. They knock you out.
But like, what are they doing? Like,
do you really want to know?
I'm pretty sure it's not amputations.
Do you really want to know?
I mean, maybe.
It's something that's obviously it's an adult thing. It's just colonoscopies and endoscopies.
What's the second one?
Endoscopies when they go look in your stomach.
Oh. Right where that food's going, G baby. It's crazy.
I'm sorry. I look at
Just
a lot.
Keep chewing.
Listen, I also work with a lot of assholes, just like everybody else.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Look, right where that food's coming out. Just chew. So to us, we know you as the spiritual K with the K. So when did your spiritual journey start?
I was young. I was still in middle school, and I hated my Catholic school so much.
So was this something that you fell across something that was just like
I was actively trying to. I mean, I always felt like I was very sensitive too, very sensitive to like emotions and situations. But I started looking for another religion purely out of the fact that I was just mad that my family was pushing Catholicism on me. It just didn't feel right to me, I did the whole thing. I was baptized, I went to church every Sunday, went to Catholic school, but I don't know what it was in like middle school that I was like, nah, fuck this shit. I don't remember, but I slowly, I still have the first ever book that I've ever bought about like Wicca, like, cause at first it was just Wicca, and then
that was
I went through
the
all.
question. Like, what was the transitional period? Like, did you start off with something and integrate it into something else, or like?
Yeah, it's like Wicca is like, all right. So it's paganism is like a huge umbrella, right? Paganism, and under paganism, there's so many different types. Like the Wicca is very like traditional and is actually more of an occult thing, like a Wicca. But something like the Ireland, like Celts, like Irish pagans, is more like a druid, which means that like they worship the earth. It's very big. I could sit here and tell you a whole about the umbrella, but
Okay.
yeah,
But
it's pretty big.
Just how it affected you. something that you felt like you were right at home with? You felt
Yeah,
like,
felt way different than freaking Catholic and Christianity and stuff, especially how it is nowadays. There's a lot of extreme Catholicism out there that I don't agree with.
what's the one thing about it that you feel like changed your life?
Freedom. I feel like the Catholic Church was suffocating,
Yeah,
especially as a female.
it can be known as like a soap opera sometimes.
I mean, it's just it's like anything else. All right, so this is what I think is so funny too is that a lot of, and this is why. All right, so back in the day, quick little history lesson, when Rome and started invading, when Rome started invading Ireland, even when the British invaded Ireland, but that was way before. But when Rome invaded Ireland back in the day, they were pushing Catholicism. So they wanted to wipe out paganism. And the thing about Catholicism is that it's very man-based. You know, like woman can't be a priest. Like it was very at first. Like I think there was like woman couldn't even be like confirmed at some point. I forgot what it was, but paganism, they worship woman. It really is more of like it's a patriarchy over a matriarchy type situation. So they wanted to cut out women's rights. So that's like anything. So yeah, no, I feel like it's much more freeing as a woman for me to be pagan than it would be to be Roman Catholic.
What because I feel like people who take those roads have had relatively rough pasts, and it carries on to their future. What made it to where you still indulged yourself in that, but you were still like a good person? You didn't.
Are you talking about like how
you didn't indulge in, like, let's say you didn't go all the way down the bad side of it. You didn't start doing curses and all that type of stuff. Like, what kept you on like a good route, even though that there were those options.
That's just. I mean, I feel like that's just a cultural thing, because, you see things like, even from like New Orleans, like the Bruja, and Haitian magic and stuff like that. Like they all have. It's funny because a lot of them more are based on, like the
ancestors.
Well, no, ritual stuff, hexes. That's normal. That's completely normal, and that's totally fine because they use the energy of their gods to do what they need to do. But more with the Irish paganism, it's more about like healing and protection and appreciating nature. So I've just never really delved out to it because I remember when I first started doing that, I was friends with a little Bruja. I loved her to death. She taught me a lot, but I was doing stuff and I was noticing things were not happening the way I wanted it to happen. It was, because it's not from my ancestors. So once I started more researching about my roots and what actual Irish paganism is, then things start working.
What is the biggest misconception people have about paganism as a whole?
Because of the Roman Church, the paganism is really related to like devil worshipping.
Like Satanism. Is paganism and Satanism the same thing?
No, not at all. Not at all. And it's funny too because Satanism isn't actually like people just hear. I know you heard that, right?
The devil laughing.
All right, you heard that shit. As soon as you said that, all of a sudden we heard a crazy ass laugh from outside. The crackheads are out. But all right, Satanism is actually, when you look at the doctrines of Satanism, like the Satanic Church, it's actually like it's not like they sit there and worship Satan. I think I've seen a Reddit thread on this that
I've heard it was about freedom or something, freedom of speech.
well, all right, so the reason why it's called the Satanic Church or whatever is it's kind of just a dig at the Catholic Church because they try to act more morally right than the Catholic Church. Whatever, like what's it called? Women can run it. They're almost the complete opposite. So I think it's funny if you look at the doctrines, Satanism isn't bad. It is literally just made to look bad from the culture and the crowd. How for some reason a lot of Americans have been wrapped around fucking Catholic Church. And nothing for nothing. I've studied the Bible, unfortunately, because I've been in Catholic school. There is literally a verse, and I have to get the actual verse so I can be all smart with people. But it literally that states that no one is supposed to worship under a man-made building. The first ever church ever created was back, obviously, like in whatever AD, BC, whatever the fuck it is, by St. Peter, supposedly, right? And there's not even like ruins of that church left, but that's always been, it's literally in the Bible that you're not supposed to worship under a man-made building. So
what is the correct way in a sense?
that's the question. And you're also, I mean, if we're following the real Bible, you know, you're not supposed to eat, you're not supposed to touch the skin of a dead hog, which football, right? You're not supposed to wear cloth of multiple different threads. Like, it's literally in the Bible, these things.
What
So
does that mean, like multiple different threads?
back in the day, I don't know, but back in the day it was meant something, I don't know. But we're talking about like ancient times here.
So
Supposedly, and he also said it's also in the Bible that, you know, to love, what is it, love the sick and help the poor, something like that. Jesus helped prostitutes and beggars, like.
so what got you into the art and or sport of crocheting ski masks for the hood?
Well, first of all, my grandmother taught me how to crochet when I was mad young, but always have good ideas.
I mean, so the crocheting was something that started off as.
Yeah, my grandmother taught it to me when I was young. And then after I had my kid going through postpartum, I just picked it back up and started getting good. So I just don't have the time to do it, bro. If I didn't have 2 jobs and trying to do this, I'd be doing that shit all the time.
What makes you such a social person? Because I feel like you behind the scenes are reserved, but I mean, and it's kind of just like us, like when we're on screen.
I don't consider myself a social person.
Well, not a social with everybody, but you have common interests with the people that you have been social with, although even if it was just anything spiritual or stuff.
I don't know. I just feel like it's.
You weren't a shy person when it came to that. I feel like you connected.
I don't feel
with
like
people.
I'm shy. I just feel people out before I start getting. Before I start getting real, I don't know. I'm also, if I don't got nothing to say, I ain't gonna say shit. You know, I'm just. That's how I am.
Okay.
But that's why I'm trying to like push myself though too to do this Vigo shit, because I tend to be locked in my own world. If it wasn't for Seb being around all the time, poking me out of my ADHD paralysis, I'd probably get nothing done.
So, do you what do you see in your near future?
Hopefully that rich man gonna be here and save my life.
Okay.
Nah, for real. I want to have my job though. I want to try to get, you know, my degree, finish my degree. Within 5 years, my kid will be going into fucking high school. So, goddamn.
So,
I hope I get my freaking shit together. I feel like I say that every year.
at what age did you feel like things changed for you?
16 when my grandmother died.
You, the person that you are right now, what would you tell that 15-year-old person?
Oh, good fucking lord. Oh
that's
my
about
god.
to go through this life-changing experience?
Don't do it. No. I don't know, just
Like you
see.
guys-
I
you guys
see.
are-
I hear people ask these questions
but
all the time.
envision it though. You're in the same. You come into a room.
You're gonna be okay. I feel like that's the only thing I can say is like, you're gonna be okay. Because at that time too, I feel like that was a very pivotal moment because I was so. That's when I met my kid's father. Was when my grandmother died, and I felt like I was so heartbroken, And I was also at that time where like me and my parents weren't disagreeing, so I felt like I only had my grandmother, like, and I was very emotionally available, and he just kind of was like staying over here. And yeah, 4 years later, had Ez, and I don't know, maybe. So I guess that made it a little bit real. I guess like if I could say, I mean, because I don't imagine, I feel like I love like who I am now. Like I love, even though things have like obviously there's still things that need to fix. I'm proud of the experiences that I've had. I feel like it's made me the person that I am. But if I could change anything, I'd probably just go back and be like, you know, like be careful about who you love, man. You know, don't. I think that's the biggest thing is I had to learn to. I wanted love so bad. I had to learn to not just grasp at anyone that throws love at me, because not everyone that throws love at you really wants to love you back.
Okay, so
just wait for that love. I wish I could tell her just wait for that real love.
So we have stages in our life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're young, we're mid-aged, and we're old. So you now just told your younger self, you know, some advice. What do you think older Kelsey would tell you now?
Older, like looking
think about where you would be in the future, and if you looked back of where you were right now, what would you tell yourself? Because you know what you're gonna accomplish. You know where you're gonna be.
I don't know. That's kind of a hard one. I feel like more. I mean, I can't really. I don't know what kind of fucking person I'm gonna be then.
True.
I don't know what person I'm gonna be.
Because with me, I think of myself like if I was gonna.
All I'm gonna say is I did not think when I was young. I did not think I was gonna be in this part of my life at 30. All right, I thought I was gonna do a lot more before I was 30, man.
I mean, you have a lot more than most of us.
Yeah. But I have the curse of like everything like tumbling down all the time. Damn, I got hiccups.
So, G, any additional questions? All right. Anything you got to tell to the people? A message, you know, words of inspiration.
Words of inspiration.
Just anything. You want to shout out anybody? This is your moment.
That's a lot of pressure.
Type shit. Make it harder. Just say it now. No, I'm kidding.
That's a lot of pressure.
But yeah, so like, what's something that
I don't
you
know.
would tell the people?
I feel like I am a quiet person, but like once you get to know me, like I'd be loud. I like to be quiet because I just like to scope everybody out first. Right? Don't think I'm just this little
Because this is the
quiet little white girl in the corner. Trust me,
they
it's
know you.
I observe first, and then I figure out who people are. But I promise I don't bite as long as you don't bite me.
Yeah, because they know you on camera, so that's the point of the interview is to see who you are behind the scenes. So yeah, do you have anybody that you know you want to give a message to? It could be friends, family, just anybody who you might show this to, because we're this obviously we're gonna post, so it's like you can rewatch this, show it to anybody, and just like, or just down the line you just want to remember something, or you just want to shout somebody out.
I miss my grandma. That's what I gotta say. Nah, it's real. Don't take it like that. But yeah, no, I don't really have much else to say. But besides, do what you need to do.
Big
Fucking asshole. I swear to God, every single time you're annoying.
We're gonna see y'all.